Well, Craig Breen is back to rear-wheel drive and back to historics. The Donegal International Rally this weekend. A bit of unfinished business, they tell me, for you in the Mark II Escort. Why?
Uh, well, I say unfinished business. The last time we were here with myself and Jaff had a bit of an airplane crash, shall we say, in the Super 2000 car. So wasn't so good for me. And I was here one time previous before that with the ST car when I earned my crust in the Fiesta Championship. So I've never finished the rally in its entirety. So we're just back this year to try and have fun, basically. Most important thing, you know what I mean. And it's just to try and to get out and do some rallies and be back at home, because obviously I'm not doing a whole lot back here now. So that's the most important thing, is have some fun and see where we end up.
The Donegal International Rally has a huge reputation. For the people who've never been there, tell us why it's so special.
Well, I suppose between Killarney and Donegal, the two of the biggest rallies in Ireland, definitely. Okay, I suppose the Circuit of Ireland has the heritage and whatnot, but with regards to rallying territory, in Killarney we had, the likes of Malls Gap, Bannockbeam and Carroll Lake, all these very famous stages, and likewise in Donegal, we've got Knockalla, which is, synonymous with Donegal over the years, and it's claimed many people, and but just the whole atmosphere here of the weekend in Donegal, people travel from all over the country, even further afield, to drive here. It goes to show how good the rally it is when Citroen decided to come with Sebastian Loeb to test here for Rally Ireland. So it's a very, very well established event, really well followed, and yeah, just a great atmosphere here for the week.
You're spending your day work. Your normal job is to road test the T16, the R5 version of the Peugeot 208 four-wheel drive, of course. To switch from that to rear-wheel drive Escort, is it a big switch, or do you have to just remember where you are?
Yeah, it's massive. It's a completely polar opposite to what I'm used to. You know what I mean? And I think myself and Paul were chatting on the way back from the last stage in the Azores, because that was the week before Killarney, and we're driving back saying, here we are in the Azores, the left-hand drive car, and it's four-wheel drive on gravel, and we're about, in the Azores, the middle of the jungle, and lo and behold, the following weekend I was in a right-hand drive car on tarmac, rear-wheel drive, was in Ireland. So it's a complete contrast every time I get into this car. It's just so different to what I'm used to, but I love a challenge, and the car is fantastic. In fairness, James's car, it's beautiful, really well prepared. Paul Mulcahy and Waterford looks after it, and it's a really, really, really nice car. So I take great pleasure in driving it.
Well, what will you be trying to achieve? Because you've got another rally coming up just after that, and that's Ypres.
Yeah, I have to say, I've got probably one and a half of my eyes are on the Ypres next weekend. I'm really, really looking forward to that. So for this weekend, I just want to have some fun. There's a massive, massive national rally entry. Lots of very fast modified Escort drivers, and of course, in Killarney, of course, we're leading, but perhaps some of the real big hitters that are normally out in Mark II Escorts with the bigger engines weren't there. So this weekend, I think it's going to be a big tall order, and I'm not under any illusion that I'm going to go out and be beating all these guys in the first stage. You know what I mean? I'm a professional driver, and some say it's what I'm paid to do, but it's just a different end of the scale. I'm used to driving, proper homologated cars that have all the gizmos and gadgets, and I can understand them quite easily, whereas this, it's just completely different. So more about fun this weekend, and then, I really, really, really want to knuckle down for Ypres next weekend and give it a good go.
And just on a poignant note, Craig, of course, yesterday, Sunday, was the anniversary of Gareth Roberts' death in the Targa Florio. Very emotional for everybody in his family and his friends, and for you as well.
Yeah, of course. What I mean. People have said, the years flown by, and I don't really know what way it's gone, because it feels, it feels like yesterday. Anyway, I can still remember everything, and but I suppose the biggest thing is I can't believe, where I am now. A year to the day. Even as time ticked by yesterday, I was thinking, what was I doing on that day at this time last year, and I couldn't see. I couldn't see beyond 24 hours. I couldn't see beyond, 12 hours. I couldn't see beyond that night, what way my life was going to go. So, to look back at it now, to have gotten the World Championship last year, the SWRC, should I say, and to get to drive, it definitely leads me to believe that there's someone out there, giving me a helping hand.